So about 10 years ago almost, I recruited Dean into our team. You guys right now, when you start out in Primerica, who are the first people that you help? The people you care and love the most, the closest people to you. Dean and I were in youth ministry together. We worked together. We were great friends. This is Dean and his wife in front of the home office in Atlanta. And Dean helped us go to RVP. Dean was a regional leader in our base shop. And Dean
got this.
So, you know, Dean, for personal reasons, had to step away from the business, but we never stopped keeping in touch with each other. We were raising our boys together. We were raising modern day knights, we would call it. We were going to start a ministry together. And you know, you think and you think about your best friend and who you'd want to have your back. That was Dean for me. And when I first met Dean, they were struggling in 2008 financially. He always had an entrepreneurial mindset. He always thought of something new that could be a business. And when I came to him, you know, he took it and ran with it. He loved Primerica. He made Primerica his life. And to the point that, you know, almost maybe neglected some other things. And the point is that Primerica pays. Primerica delivers. Primerica takes care of its people. And about on Memorial Day, he went hiking. He was getting tired, sat down below a tree, and dozed off and didn't wake up. Tab, Andy? Tab? Keep going. Completely unexpected. Nobody would have ever thought. I mean, you see the guy, he's super healthy. You would have never thought that he had heart disease. I mean, you see him like, who the heck like that has heart disease. He did Spartan races. He did we climbed mountains. Tab, next. We actually did a Spartan race together. I know it's hard to believe that this guy did a Spartan race, but I did. And I got the pictures to prove it. When I first met Dean, he had a cash value policy. And for those of you who are Catholic in the room and have ever heard of the Knights of Columbus, the Knights of Columbus are pretty big in offering life insurance to their people, but it's a whole life cash value policy. And so when I sat down with Dean, he had a $500,000 cash value policy. So if you think about the average cash value policy is 3 times the cost of our term on average. A $500,000 policy with us, he was paying about $80. So multiply that by 3, and that's what he was paying. Stop there. That's what he was paying for his whole life cash value policy. On top of that, his daughter, 2-year-old daughter, had a $50,000 Knights of Columbus cash value policy. Why do you think he bought that? He bought it to send his daughter to college. And so not going to get very far with that. So if Dean had a $500,000 policy, do you think Mike was going to replace that policy for less coverage than he had? No. So how much do you think his wife is going to get from Primerica in a couple of weeks? A lot more than $500,000. This was the picture that I took in his living room the day after he passed away when I met with his wife. That's the pack he was wearing, the shoes that he was wearing, the medical bag that the hospital gives you back when you come out of the hospital. The reason why I want to share this with you is because I want to show you his library. And the number one book that he had right here, if you can read it, I'm not sure you can read it, it's The Purpose-Driven Life. Right here was his Primerica stack. Even though he was out of Primerica, he always continued to read and improve right next to the Bible. And if you see all of the books that he used when he was teaching his kids in high school, I got to choose the video this morning. Anybody remember the topic of the video this morning? It's about living your purpose, right? So this was a man that definitely lived out his purpose. Go ahead and continue to click. So this was the peak he was climbing, and right before getting to the top of San Bernardino Peak is where he passed. Go ahead. And so his goal after he left Primerica, he was always about setting goals. And so there's this thing called 6-Pack of Peaks challenge. And there's like the 6 peaks in Southern California, and you climb 6, and everything that he learned in Primerica, he continued even after he wasn't so active in Primerica, setting goals and accomplishing things. Go ahead. This was the picture that he took right before he passed. Healthy, you would have never known. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Did we pass the picture of his family? Yes. I want you to go back, if you can, to that picture. There. See, I did do it. I promise you I did it. So, the day before Memorial Day, he and his family, as you can see, their scouts went out to the West Side Veterans Cemetery, and they put flags on all of the headstones there. So this was the day before he passed. And I just want to leave this picture up as I leave you guys right now, because the message that I want to give you is that right now, the FDN team, you guys are united together, all in your team jerseys, great friends. You just came back from convention and you shared great times, just like the pictures I shared with you when I was with Dean. And we were walking the streets of Atlanta or India or wherever you were at, right? And he has champions, Gonzalez Crusaders, right? Central Valley team. The moments that you share together with your team are priceless. And you will develop some of the strongest bonds, because why? You already recruited your best friends anyways. And when you're in the trenches fighting for a goal in Primerica, it just glues you together that much more. There was times where our wives, Dean's wife and my wife, would get jealous because Dean and I would talk more than we would talk to our wives at the end of the day. Right? Hey, how'd you do? Did you close it? Yeah, great. And I was training, and you guys are developing that, and you never know. You never know. Right, Monica? You never know when your time's going to come. And so you got to be ready. And don't take it for granted. Don't ever take for granted what we do in Primerica. Because nobody wants to be called the life insurance guy. Everybody wants to be called the investment guy. Right? Hey, call me anything but the life insurance guy. But when the second call the widow makes is to Mike, because they just need to make sure that the policy was enforced, I'm damn proud that I was a life insurance guy to that family. And you need to be the same.